which will be used for connecting one plate to another plate. You will also see there are two lines are here. Why there are two lines? The two lines are here because this end, this particular end of the plate is not straight like what I have drawn. It has got some inclination like this. So there is one edge here and one edge here. That's why there are two lines. Two lines are drawn here for showing the edge. Similarly, this also has got slight inclination like this. So when you see from top, these two edges are there which are not seen. So you can see these are shown as dotted lines. So this is a lower plate. What I have now shown is a lower plate. Lower plate means this plate. And the upper plate is, this is the upper plate. This is the edge, double lines. And here the length is not final. This can change, this can increase, this can increase. Only the end joint is shown. So this is a single riveted because single line lap joint. And you can see this, they have shown one dotted circle here. This dotted circle is for the stem of the lever, the stem of the rivet. And this outside circle is the circle showing the head of the rivet. So this is head and the dotted circle is for the stem. So like that, three rivets, the distance from this center to this center is called the pitch distance. And you can see here, the overlap is shown by letter L. And the cross section, if you take a cross section of the plate from here, then how it is seen, that is shown here. So now you can see this is what we already discussed. And the section at this place, if you take, then you can see this is the top plate. In fact, we have already drawn same thing. This is the top plate. This is the plate which is below. This is the inclined line, inclined line, inclined line, inclined line. You can see the section lines are different because this is different plate, this is different plate, this is different plate. So section lines are different. And then there is a rivet. You can see here the margin is shown. The distance from this end to this end is shown like this. There is a margin. Okay, and this T is the thickness, T is the thickness of the plate. Okay, so this is called as a single riveted lap joint. So now I'll show you the full. This one, this figure is single riveted lap joint, sectional front view, and when you see from top, it will look like this. And why it is called single riveted? One line of rivet. Why it is called lap joint? Because it is overlapping like this. So this is one simple joint to understand. And after we understand this, now let's see what are the other figures. Now you will see here it is written double riveted zigzag lap joint. So this is also lap joint, this is also lap joint. This is single riveted, this is double riveted. Now what it means? Again that there are two plates. These two plates are overlapping like this. And then here there was just one line. But now what you see here, this overlapping distance is now here it was L. Now the distance here is much larger. So lot of space is available here. So instead of one line of rivet, there are two lines. You can see one line here and one line here. So there are two lines used for fitting the rivets so that the joint is more strong compared to this. As per the requirement, there are two lines of rivets fitted, and then this is called as a double riveted lap joint. Now when there are two lines, then there are two options available. Now the way it is shown here, the rivets are arranged like this. That means this rivet is in between the gap of these rivets. So in the gap of these two rivets, at the side, the next line rivet is there. So this is called a zigzag type of double riveted lap joint. And you can see how the section is shown. When you take a section like this, if you take a section like this, one rivet is cut, the other rivet is not cut. So you can see this rivet is shown in section and this rivet is shown only by its head. And the stem part is not shown because it is not cut. This is cut, this is not cut. So it is shown here, not shown here. This is the sectional front view of the double riveted zigzag lap joint. Okay. Now this is again another joint. This is again double riveted lap joint, but it is called as a chain lap joint. Earlier was a zigzag, now it is chain. Now what this shows, chain means the second line and first line, the rivets are adjacent to each other. In the earlier case, in the case of zigzag, this rivet was here. So it was in the gap of this. So it was forming something like a zigzag pattern, which you can see here. See, this is a zigzag pattern and this is a chain pattern. So double riveted zigzag lap joint, double riveted zigzag lap joint, double riveted chain lap joint. Okay, and then accordingly the sectional view is drawn. You can see the section is passing from both the rivets, so the stem is shown in both cases. Okay, there is one more figure to be seen here. In the earlier case, single riveted. This is isometric drawing shown just to show how it is, how it looks. So one plate, second plate, this edge is a straight edge. For the lower plate, this edge is a straight edge. This edge, it has gone under this plate, and remaining shape is incomplete. It is more than this, but it is not shown. Only this part is shown. You can see how the head is shown. Now, if you observe this head shape very closely, then you will see that this head is shown. First of all, this head is a half sphere. So last time we have drawn half sphere in isometric. So this half sphere, if you see, it is cut. So if you see this figure, this lower part is a circle and this top part is a sphere. So this is like a circle shown as a sphere, and here it is shown like an isometric circle shown by 4-center method. But then we are not going to draw this by proper procedure because it's a freehand work. But when you draw, see that this shape is like an isometric circle and this shape is like a sphere, that means like a circle. So that is how the shape is for all the heads. So when you observe this figure, when you draw, that time you will see this particular figure, and that time you observe this figure very closely and come to know that this is in two parts. One is a spherical shape and the lower one is an isometric circle. Now see how the double riveted chain type lap joint, double riveted chain type lap joint joining two plates. Then double riveted chain type lap joint. This is double riveted zigzag type. This is double riveted zigzag type lap joint, and this is double riveted. This is double riveted chain type lap joint, which we have already seen now. So at this stage we have discussed 1, 2 and 3. Now let's see the remaining. Now as you see here, you can read here, it says single riveted, single strap. Now this is a new word has come, strap. Single riveted, single strap butt joint. Now this is butt joint. Last time it was a lap joint. It was like this. Now here there is a butt joint. Now what is the difference between lap joint and butt joint? First thing is, you will notice here that these two plates which you wanted to join, they are overlapping one above another. That means they are not in one level. They are not in one level. Now in certain cases when you want to join the two plates, you want the two plates to be in one level. You don't want to overlap them so that the level will not change. So what is done is, one plate, I'll draw one plate. This is one plate and this is second plate. So what they have done? They have brought the two plates and the two plates are touching each other by the ends. So the two ends of the plate, they are touching here like this. But then how do you form a rivet joint? You need to form a riveted joint, so you need some kind of a overlap. But these two plates you are not allowed to overlap. So now what is done is, on top of these two plates, there is additional plate kept like this. Now this extra third plate is kept here. This plate is called as a strap plate. Single strap, that means this is a single plate kept for which is overlapping between the two main plates. So this is called a strap plate. Now once you put this strap plate, now here you can put a rivet. So this is one head, another head. This is one plate and this is another plate. And this is third plate. We have to show it by section lines which are. Now these section lines should look different from this section line. So I am drawing it closer than this. So now you can clearly see there are three plates. This first plate, second plate. Now these two plates we want to join. So they are like this. And the third plate is a joining plate. It is called a strap plate. So that strap plate is put like this and then the riveting is done. So you can see the two edges of the strap plate like this. And for the main plate, this edge is a straight edge. It is not inclined like this. It is a straight edge. And these two ends are touching each other. Such kind of a joint is called a butt joint. Now this example is a single riveted, because on one plate there is only one line. Although there are two lines, but these two lines are on two different plates. So on a single plate there is still one line. So this is called as a single riveted, single strap butt joint. Single riveted, single strap butt joint. Single riveted, single strap butt joint. So you can read here, single riveted, single strap butt joint. It looks like this. This is first plate, second plate. This is the dotted line showing that these two ends are touching each other. Then these are the lines, double lines for showing the edge of the plate which is inclined. So double lines for this, these double lines are for this. Okay, and then this is one line of rivets on one plate, another line of rivets on the other plate. So on each plate there is just one line, so single riveted. And this is a strap here, this part is a strap. So single strap butt joint. Now let's see how it looks in isometric and sectional view. So you can see here the sectional view. Now this is same as what is drawn earlier. So one plate, this. Second plate, this. Strap plate, this is a strap plate. And then first line of rivet, second line of rivet. In the isometric, if you want to see, then it looks like this. You can see there is one vertical line here. So vertical line means this is one plate. From this vertical line on this side is another plate. So these two plates we are going to join. And for joining we are putting one more plate on top. You can see this is a third plate. Now this is a plate which is called as a joining plate. It is called as strap plate. So strap plate is only one plate in this case. It is put on the two plates and then the riveting is done. Single line, single line. So single riveted, single strap butt joint. And you can also see the proportions are written. Margin distance 1.5, thickness T and so on. Pitch distance also may be shown here. Pitch distance P. Okay, and then the section taken from here. Okay, so now we have seen 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now what is this? We will see that. Now what is called as? It is called a single riveted double strap. See the difference is double. Single riveted double strap butt joint. Last time we have seen single riveted single strap butt joint. So everything is same except the straps are going to be double. That means we are going to put like this a strap plate. So in this case we are putting one strap plate above and one more strap plate below also. So you can see that in the sectional view. You can see here. You can see here these are the two plates which we want to join. Above that there is one strap plate put just like this. And in this case there is one more strap plate which is put below. This strap plate is put below here. And then it is now there are two strap plates. And then there is a single line of rivets still there. So it is single strap, single riveted, it is double strap butt joint it is. So now you can read it. You can also see here. See one strap plate here, one more strap plate here. And then in between the two there are two plates which you want to join. You can see this is the line which is showing the edge. Whereas here there is no edge because this is single plate. Here also there is no edge because it is a single plate. Here you see there is some line, but this line is a dimension line. This plate is a single plate, so there is no partition here. The partition is here. This and these two are different plates. This is the edge of the plate. Here there is no edge. Remember, when you draw, this figure is not drawn clearly, so this is a line seen here. But this is a dimension line. You have to draw it light, and it should be seen as a continuous plate. Don't make a mistake here. Don't make a mistake here. So this is called as single riveted double strap butt joint. So let us see all the joints at a time. So you can now see that single riveted lap joint, single riveted zigzag lap joint, double riveted zigzag lap joint, double riveted chain lap joint. Then here it is single riveted single strap butt joint, single riveted double strap butt joint. These are their isometric figures and these are the sectional views. So this page will explain everything in a very correct way which you have to remember. Now, does this mean that there are only these many types? No. There can be single riveted, like single riveted, there can be double riveted double strap. That means instead of one line, there could be two lines on each plate. So 1, 2 here and 1, 2 here. So that the name will be double riveted double strap butt joint, or double riveted single strap butt joint. So it can be single riveted, it can be double riveted, it can be single strap, it can be double strap, and so on. So accordingly there can be different types of riveted joints. So today we have seen, we started from here, and on this page we saw different types of heads of the rivets. Then we saw a table showing the relation between the plate thickness and the diameter. Then we saw how the riveting is done. We also saw the different types of failures of rivet, and then we also saw the joining, how joining takes place. We saw the proportion of the dimensions, and on the next page we saw how the plates are joined by making use of rivets. Now you may have seen these rivets at different places. Say for example, if you visit, let us say when you visit through railway, you can see the side panels of the railway, where you are sitting on the chair. Even on the chair, if you see the wooden plate that is fitted on the chair, that is fitted with the help of rivets. The side panels which are there, side panels where the window is cut. So if you see how the panels are made, there also you can see lot of riveted joints. Even for your purses or some kind of pockets or some such things, you can see even for the bags, for the handle of the bag is fitted to the bag where riveting is done. So this kind of applications you can see of the rivets, more of a commercial type consumer products, but this is a application of riveted joints, which is more serious joint. Serious in the sense, here the joint is formed for taking very heavy load. That means the load is very large and the diameter of the rivet has to be designed so that it will not break by different methods. Now I'll show you one way in which the riveting is done. Sometimes riveting is done to form a cylinder. So I'll draw how it is done. So I have drawn a section of a cylinder. You can see this is a plate which is turned to form a cylinder, and then here these two ends have come close to each other. Then what is done is, here a strap plate is put, and then at this place riveting is done. So now if you look this place, at this place if you concentrate, you will find that these are the two plates which are forming a butt joint, like this butt joint, and then on that there is a strap plate put, and then between the two riveting is done. So exactly what is shown here, that is shown here, and it shows that a cylinder is formed, like some kind of a container is formed with the help of riveted joints. So when there is a pressure inside this container, suppose there is some gases or some liquid is there inside, then it will exert a pressure on the wall of the cylinder, and that will show the tendency of this rivet, tendency of the plate to move like this. So the load is applied on the two ends, and these two ends will try to go away from each other, and the joint will be trying to open, which we don't want to happen. So the strap plate and riveting when it is done, it should be so strong that this plate will not open and the rivets will not break from here. Now the rivet breakage, we have already seen the different ways in which the rivets can break or the failure will take place. So there could be a tearing, some tearing will take place between the rivets, between the edges, the rivet itself will break, or the plate will get folded. That is a bearing failure. So any such failure will take place, which we don't want to happen. Accordingly, the dimension, the distance between the rivets, the distance up to the margin, the diameter of the rivet, etc. So all these things are decided based on some design, and according to that this is done, so that this kind of failure will not take place, and this cylinder will be formed properly, and it can withstand all the pressure that is inside. So when we move further during the machine design subject, there is one subject called as machine design. So when you will learn the subject machine design, that time we will see how to design the rivets so that this kind of a cylinder, it will not fail. The joints will not fail. Okay. So today our objective is to just learn the different types of rivets, and that we are done. On one page there is a description, and next page also there is some more information like this, which we have discussed today. So this is going to be your practice sheet number 5, and the title is Rivets and Riveted Joints. P5, Rivets and Riveted Joints.